Good evening and welcome to this December 16th, 2024 meeting of the Sylvania Board of Education. Adam, please call the roll.
Ms. Hoffman?
Here.
Mrs. Conklin?
Here.
Mrs. Lavalette?
Here.
Mr. Feller?
Here.
Mr. Bowden?
Here.
Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
First item on our agenda is the superintendent's report.
Thank you, Ms. Lavalette. Good evening, everyone. It's nice to come in for a board meeting, and the room is filled with visitors. We have some recognition here that we'll take care of shortly. But just sharing a couple of things to celebrate in our Sylvania schools and to highlight. I've had the pleasure of attending quite a few choir, band, orchestra performances in the last couple of weeks, with more to attend this week, but they've been absolutely fantastic. Last week it was the Northview Choir Holiday Concert. I also attended a TPAC performance at Southview, which was exceptional. We had some students that were on the stage for their very first time, so they had a little bit of the jitters, but once they got into the routine, would you say that's correct, Dr. Benz? They were rolling, so it was wonderful. Their parents and all of the educators there, we were all proud. I've also had the pleasure to continue with my parent club meetings in regards to sharing where we are with our master facilities plan. Last week, I enjoyed my time with the parents of Maplewood Elementary. What was supposed to be about a 20-minute meeting ended up being a little over an hour, so it was time well spent. They had great questions and great feedback and suggestions for moving forward. On Friday, I had the opportunity, actually, Mr. Zeroff and I went over at Sylvan Elementary where we saw Stone Soup by our Bobcats. They were so precious, and it was funny because I remember doing Stone Soup, well, a long time ago. Over 50 years ago. That's a long time. But it was cute, and the kids were so into their role, and they were so happy to perform, and it was a packed room. They ran out of chairs, actually. This week, as I mentioned, we have the Arbor Hills Choir Concert and the Timberstone Band Concert. And one other piece I don't want to overlook is that last week, I think it's been a week or so now, Adam, when we had the key communicators meeting, it was Friday morning at 7:30, and we had a chance to meet with a number of individuals from the community, our stakeholders such as councilmen, trustees. We had the mayor. Well, outgoing and incoming mayors were both in attendance, and we gave an update on our master facilities plan, in addition to Adam giving a financial update for our key communicators. So again, trying to get out the word in our community in different areas, different venues, so that we can inform people as much as possible about the financial status of our district as well as our progress on the master facilities plan. And that's all I have for my report.
Thank you. We have commendations tonight.
We have several, and I'm pretty excited. We have several commendations. Tonight we'll be recognizing several students for their achievement. As noted on our agenda for this evening, we have students from Northview and Southview recognized for their performance on the SAT, achieving a score of 600 or higher. And then we have some AT scores as well from Southview, where we had several students score a 26 or higher. And then now we're going to proceed to our girls soccer team, and a few other folks we're going to recognize. So this is what we're going to do. So there's a few directions here. We, President Lavalette and I will go over to the podium. We have a certificate for each of our student athletes, as well as the other students that will be recognized tonight and coaches. We will ask you to come up, and that way, parents, you will get an opportunity to take a picture of your daughter with Ms. Lavalette and I, so you have one that's an individual portrait in addition to the one that we just had as a team. So we're going to venture over, and then the board, we will allow you to approve this commendation. So, let's see here. Can everybody, is that good? You can hear me? Okay, great. Tonight, we are going to recognize the Southview girls soccer team. They are commended by the Sylvania Board of Education for earning their 2024 NLL Champions Cardinal Division. You ladies rock. We are so proud of you. So we are going to ask you to come up and we will give you your certificate. First, we have Alma Aga. Is Alma here tonight? Okay. What about Dylan Ambrosia? Dylan? Where's Dylan? Come on up, Dylan. Congratulations, and your nails look fantastic. We have Reagan Baden. Congratulations, Reagan. Sure. Congratulations. Carmen Bills. Congratulations. Certainly. Congratulations. Gabriella Brighty. Is she here this evening? All right, here it's okay. Alexa Dysensen. Guys, I always mess up your last name every time, and I see your dad all the time everywhere. I do. I just saw him last week. It's congratulations. Congratulations. Dan Zeisen. There we go. We have Bren DeArmond. Is she here tonight? Bren? What about Summer Drawn? Summer here? Okay, we'll clap. All righty. Yeah, it is exams, right? They're all studying at home. Ellery Freed? All righty. Kensington Gallup? Lana or Lana? Lana Hefsey? No? Okay. Julia Kolev? Congratulations. So proud of you. Congratulations. Adrian Mays? Peyton Mays? Sisters. Congratulations. Congratulations. Aya Mbarak? No? Okay. Oh, congratulations. Fiona McIntosh? No? I'm just going to look at the coach. She's just going to tell me it works. How about Samantha Myers? All right. Congratulations. Certainly. London Onazit. All righty. Hope I didn't butcher that too badly. I apologize. How about Veda Rowe? Okay. Jamie Rutledge. Congratulations. Absolutely. Congratulations. Riley Shinover. Okay. Aviana Valdez. Love that sweater. Very patriotic. Congratulations. Kendall Waters. Okay. Riley Walters. And Ava Willis. Ava? Congratulations. And also we have 3 coaches we would recognize this evening. We have the soccer team certificate for Sean Combs, Jacob Martin, and is it, I believe, Colin Chapman? Yes. And then we also have Coach of the Year, Mr. Sean Combs himself as well. Congratulations. We also are recognizing this evening a student for boys cross country. It is Mdua Abu Karam. Is he? Abukaram, thank you. You know, I'm taking these science of reading modules, and they're telling you all the phonics of reading and how we have all these rules, and this is when they come to play, when you have different names and spelling. So I apologize for mispronouncing anyone's name. And we also have Boys Cross Country Coach, Coach of the Year, Mr. Rich Davis. And then we have a literary accomplishment. It is Adam L. Fidel, who wrote his, is it your third book? That is fantastic. And tell us, the audience, the name of your book.
The Wind That Blows Back.
The Wind That Blows Back. And how long did it take you to write this one?
Around like 3 months.
3 months. Well, you're a quick author at that. Great. Congratulations. You attend Timberstone, is that correct? Congratulations, Adam. I believe that concludes our recognition. Yes. I don't know, Dr. Vince, we might have to have you help me next time with some names, maybe have you help me, because you call them all day long, and I see them once a year on a list, and I just feel so badly about that. But nevertheless, I would like to recommend for approval item 3.1, which is recognition of achievement for all those we have here celebrating with us tonight. Congratulations, everyone.
I'll move approval.
I'll second. Any comments or questions?
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Julie,
Yes.
Kim,
Yes.
Tammy,
Yes.
Greg,
Yes.
Dan.
Yes.
Congratulations again. We're going to move on with our agenda. You are welcome to stay if you're interested, but you're also welcome to leave if you would have things you want to get back
Study
to.
for those exams.
Study hard. You're
you so
welcome.
much for coming.
Thanks for coming.
I know it's a rough week, so thank you especially. Bye, Courtney.
Winter break starts Friday.
Thursday for them, right?
Thursday for them, Friday's our first day off.
Thursday's the last day.
Last day off.
Congrats again, man. Nice meeting you.
Thank you, Casey, that's helpful. They may be on one certificate. The coach's certificate. Yes, should be.
I didn't realize one of the girls that was on the team, I coached her like in kindergarten, in rec. Told me. Yeah, she played with Jack for 1 year.
Hi, how are you?
Actually, then she played flag football with Jack for a year too. What's
Coach.
that? She's good. She was very good.
Coach Khan says the girls play harder than the boys.
I was just saying, I recognized one of the names on the team. I coached her in like kindergarten.
No way.
Yeah, she played with Jack for a season.
They all just grow up so quick.
Yeah.
But participation?
Do you want me to take a picture? You can be in? Are you sure? All right. Okay, we are now at the portion of our agenda for public participation for items that are on the agenda, and there's no one here for that, so we will move along to the treasurer's report.
A few items for the month. I'll do 5.1, 5.2, and 5.3 in consent agenda. 5.1 is just minutes from November 18th and December 9th. 5.2 is the treasurer's report for month ending November 30th, and then 5.3 is the availability of funds. We just have one approval this month.
I'll move for approval of items 5.1 through 5.3 on a consent agenda basis.
I'll second.
Any comments or questions? Please call the roll.
Kim?
Yes.
Greg?
Yes.
Dan?
Yes.
Julie?
Yes.
Tammy?
Yes.
then we have 5.5, one cell phone payment for our new Assistant Director of Technology and Innovation. And then 5.6 is, we do have a few appropriation and minor certificate changes.
Do you want those separate?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so
Sorry.
I'll move approval
Not
on
used to that.
5.5.
Thanks.
Second.
Comments or questions? Please call the roll.
Julie?
Yes.
Greg?
Yes.
Kim?
Yes.
Tammy?
Yes.
Dan?
Yes.
All right, now 5.6, amended certificate and appropriation changes.
I'll move approval.
I'll second.
Comments or questions? Please call the roll.
Julie?
Yes.
Greg?
Yes.
Dan?
Yes.
Kim?
Yes.
Tammy?
Yes.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. We are back to you, Dr. Motley.
Thank you. I request the approval of item 6.1, which is the overnight field trip for our Southview Science Olympiad students. They will be traveling to OSU January 24th of 2025.
I'll move approval.
I'll second.
Comments or questions? Please call the roll.
Julie?
Yes.
Kim?
Yes.
Greg?
Yes.
Tammy?
Yes.
Dan?
Yes.
Thank you. I recommend item 6.2, policies for a second read and board adoption as listed.
I'll move approval.
I'll second.
Any comments or questions?
I had I had two questions and I forgot to bring them, so I forget what the second one is. But the first, so the policy 0152 for officers, that's going to change how we do, like we won't need the elected pro tem anymore, if I read that? Is that how
Yeah.
that's going to work?
I remember that.
Because it makes it sound like we just vote, it's just a vote of the board at the organizational meeting. Does that mean we don't have to have the pro tem and do all that?
Don't
No,
you have
you-
to have the pro tem because the president's term ends on December 31st, so.
No, but this policy.
Yeah, this
Does it
policy
change
says the
it?
president would preside, I forget what it said exactly, like their term or until a new one's elected. Oh, yeah. Officers shall serve 1 year and until their respective successors are elected. So I guess, I'm just curious if that's going to change how we're going to do
I mean,
all
I
this.
think that's what it says, that we wouldn't have to do the pro tem anymore.
Yeah, okay.
I mean,
Yeah, I mean, technically, I think probably, but we've just always done a pro tem.
Right. We haven't had this policy before, so, okay.
Yeah.
I was just curious. And then I had another one that I forget what it is, so I'm good.
Anyone else? Okay, please call the roll.
Julie?
Yes.
Kim?
yes.
Tammy?
Yes.
Greg?
Yes.
Dan?
Yes.
Thank you. I recommend item 6.3, the approval of the 2026-2027 district calendar.
I'll move approval.
Second.
Comments or questions? Please call the roll.
Julie?
Yes.
Greg?
Yes.
Dan?
Yes.
Tammy?
Yes.
Kim?
Yes.
Thank you. I recommend item 6.4, an agreement with the Wood County ESC. This is a service agreement between the board to provide services, I do believe, for students with disabilities. Is that correct?
Mhm. Some SLP services.
Gotcha.
I'll
Thank
move
you.
for approval.
I'll second.
Comments or questions? Please call the roll.
Kim?
Yes.
Julie?
Yes.
Dan?
Yes.
Greg?
Yes.
Tammy?
Yes.
Thank you. In lieu of the conversation we just had, and thank you, Mr.
think
Feller,
we
for
can
bringing
still do
that.
it.
You still think, is that the board's desire to continue to do it, to move
I
forward?
mean, it's on, it doesn't hurt anything to do
Yeah.
it.
Probably should do it now.
It doesn't hurt anything, and we need to look at that policy, and it doesn't hurt anything.
Okay,
Yeah.
sounds good. Then we look to appoint a president pro tem.
I'll nominate Tammy Lavalette as
That's
president pro
quick.
tem.
I'll second.
Well, that, I guess, would remove the conflict in the policies. Any comments or questions? Please call the roll.
Julie?
Yes.
Greg?
Yes.
Dan?
Yes.
Kim?
Yes.
Tammy?
Do I vote on that?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah,
Okay.
you still voted. You're gonna give yourself.
You could vote no.
But you'd have been overruled.
Anyway.
I know, but just for.
The policy was still there.
Yes. Thank you. I recommend item 8.1 to establish January 13th as our 2025 organizational meeting.
I'll move approval.
I'll second.
Comments or questions? Please call the roll.
Julie?
Yes.
Greg?
Yes.
Dan?
Yes.
Tammy?
Yes,
Kim?
Yes, thank you.
thank you. Mr. Taberski.
Thank you. I will recommend items 9.1 and 9.2 as consent agenda items. 9.1, license substitutes. And 9.2 is license extra duty.
I'll move approval on a consent agenda basis items 9.1 and 9.2.
I'll second.
Comments or questions? Please call the roll.
Julie?
Yes.
Greg?
Yes.
Kim?
Yes.
Tammy?
Yes,
Dan?
Yes.
Thank you. I will recommend items 10.1 through 10.4 on a consent agenda basis. 10.1 are classified new hires. 10.2 is a classified termination. 10.3 classified resignation, and 10.4 are classified personnel changes.
I'll move approval on a consent agenda basis, item 10.1 to 10.4.
I'll second.
comments or questions? Please call the roll.
Kim?
Yes.
Julie?
Yes.
Greg?
Yes.
Dan?
Yes.
Tammy?
Yes,
Thank you. I will recommend items 11.1 through 11.4 on a consent agenda basis. 11.1 are licensed supplemental positions. 11.2 are non-teaching pupil activity contracts. 11.3 are athletic volunteers. And 11.4 are resignations, changes, and corrections to our supplementals.
I'll move for approval on a consent agenda basis items 11.1 through 11.4.
I'll second.
comments or questions? Please call the roll.
Greg?
Yes.
Julie?
Yes.
Kim?
Yes.
Dan?
Yes.
Tammy?
Yes,
Thank you.
thank you. Okay, we are on board reports. Greg, do you have
Bless you.
anything to report?
Not really. I had the master facility plan meeting, 2 CIC meetings since our last, and a finance committee, but really nothing new to report.
Okay,
Just all normal business.
Julie?
We had a foundation meeting. I don't think there was much to report. We got like 3,900 in grants, to teacher grants. Of course, we've settled on our legacy and our Hall of Fame, but they're not announced yet, so I can't tell you what they are. And I don't think anything else really of note.
Dan?
I had the opportunity this weekend to go do the Science Olympiad over at Timberstone. There were over 40 junior highs from the area that came, and got to see some pretty talented students in our district show off, so that was fun.
I love those invitationals.
Yeah.
Me? Is it my turn? So I went to my first Savannah Community Services meeting. Couple of things of note. They're looking into licensing a childcare area at Savannah Area Family Services. I guess in the back there's some classes that used to be used as a daycare and haven't been licensed for years. So they're working to collaborate with Savannah Family Services to provide some much-needed daycare and perhaps preschool, I'm not sure, on that side, similar to what they're doing with Woodrow on that side of town in that neighborhood. So they're just exploring it. It's not a foregone conclusion, and the capacity wouldn't be it'd be smaller than Woodrow. And then they're looking for a new finance manager, and the job posting is up, so if anybody knows of anybody that's looking for a finance position, have them look at the SCS website.
Is that full-time or part-time?
I believe, I don't know, to be honest. It may be part-time. But you would find out if you go to the SCS website and look at the job posting.
You're looking for a new job, too?
Yeah.
Is it finance?
Not in
Sad
finance.
benefits.
It's not for you, Adam.
Yeah, no. So yeah, that was that, and I'm doing board orientation in January, so that will be nice.
What's board orientation? Oh, for
Board member
SCS?
orientation, yes, for SCS, yes.
So you want to stay on that?
Yeah. Oh, for next year? Well, I feel like I ought to at this point,
Probably.
but yeah, that's all I got.
And, let's see, I attended the quarterly SSPO meeting. I think it was on December 6th. Dan was nice enough to come along and allow himself to be introduced and meet the officers who were present. And we had a great presentation from Andrea Johnson on the music programming at primarily at the junior high and high school levels. So it was really informative. I thought it was a good meeting. So that's all I have. Next, we have item 12.2, which is resignation protocols. And Dr. Motley, can you explain what this is?
Certainly. The resignation protocol allows me as the superintendent, when a resignation is submitted to the district, although the employee works at the pleasure of the board, it allows me to accept the resignation on behalf of the board upon receipt, as I will initial and sign it, date it as received that day, and it is effective at that point in time. So instead of having to wait for a board meeting to roll around for another 2 weeks or maybe 3 weeks at any given time or over the summer, it allows me to accept it on your behalf.
What triggered this?
I believe the conversation, did this come out of policy? Came out of one of our policy meetings. I will say it's something.
Will we still vote on it later?
Oh,
I think we
absolutely.
need to have the motion first, and then we can discuss.
Okay.
So,
I'll move approval.
I'll second.
okay. I'm trying to remember the discussion that I think it maybe
don't
was to
remember
avoid someone
policy.
retracting a resignation.
I feel like I remember having this discussion maybe at some point about being able to, but I was just curious if it was
Yeah.
is this something?
Nothing that was.
No, I mean, I know we've talked about it before, and I was under the same understanding that that we didn't have to necessarily accept it, like, once it was given. So it sounds like we're just formalizing that.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like we can force someone to continue working for us in any event, so. Even though there have been a few instances where we wished we could.
Yes.
Okay, any other comments or questions?
Just for the record, there was nothing that precipitated with an employee or a concern with an employee that brought this forward at this point in time.
Okay, Adam, call the roll.
Julie?
Yes.
Greg?
Yes.
Dan?
Yes.
Tammy?
Yes.
Kim?
Yes.
Okay, item 12.3 is the reappointment of Susan Fulver to the SAJAR, to the Sylvania Area Joint Recreation District for a second 3-year term, commencing January 1st, 2025. She did express an interest in being reappointed, and Greg, it's my understanding she's done an excellent job.
She's fantastic for the board, so yes, I'll move for approval.
Second?
Any other comments or questions? Okay, call the roll.
Greg?
Yes.
Julie?
Yes.
Tammy?
Yes.
Kim?
Yes.
Dan?
Yes.
Okay, now we're on public participation for non-agenda items. And there's no one here, so we have no executive session tonight?
No, ma'am.
Okay. I move we adjourn the meeting.
Second.
Adam, call the roll.
Tammy?
Yes.
Kim?
Yes.
Julie?
Yes.
Greg?
Yes.
Dan?
Yes.